Hey guys, Steve Gutowski here, back with another episode of Games and Guns. It's been a while, as you might have noticed, but I have been upgrading, as you can see, kind of. Yeah, I got a whole new set, if you'd like to call it that, I guess. Some stickers on the wall, a bookshelf, and a new desk, and a brand new computer that I built myself, which was a lot of fun, actually. I'd love to do that again if I had money. Which I don't. So I'm planning to do a lot more videos in the future here. Bring back the show, talk about politics, play video games, shoot guns, talk about guns, shoot video games. You get the idea. Anyway, today, to get started, this almost just fell over. I just picked up a brand new 1022 to add to my collection. And I wanted to show it to you guys. Show that it's clear first, but yeah, the 1022 by Ruger, probably America's most popular 22 rifle, if not the world's most popular 22 rifle. Very inexpensive to buy, very inexpensive to shoot. A lot of fun on top of all that. So, I had a 22 handgun, the Ruger SR22, so there's another Ruger. They make some great 22s, I guess. But I didn't. I haven't had a 22 rifle yet, and so I finally sprung and got one. It was only, I believe, it was only $230 or so for this particular model, and this one's a little bit different from just the stock model. But so it's a pretty inexpensive gun. I got it from a local place in Northern Virginia called Quantico Tactical. It's down in Woodbridge. I actually bought the gun off. I ordered it offline because they don't really. This isn't really stocked. This particular setup isn't really stocked at like your local Gander Mountain or Dick's Sporting Goods or whatever, Bass Pro. So I actually got it off of Gallery of Guns. It's a website where you can order guns. It's a whole gallery of guns, and so then I had they shipped it to the local store where they did the background check on me because unlike what Hillary Clinton might want you to believe, buying guns online is not any different than buying them anywhere else. If you buy them from a dealer, you still have to go through a background check, like I did with this one. But this one, the reason it's different is, well, these sights. This is a fiber optic sight, front and back. And don't worry, there's no one behind that camera, so we're totally safe here. But yeah, fiber optics. That's why I got this one. It's got green on the back sight and red on the front sight. Very pretty. Really love it. And the reason I wanted fiber optic sights for this particular gun stems from a trip I took down to Farmville, Virginia, middle of nowhere, where Cam Edwards, a good friend, lives. I went down and did his show, Cam and Company, down in Farmville at his home studio with a couple guys from the Free Beacon. And we had a lot of fun down there. And at the time, Cam had just gotten 1022 Takedown, which is the same thing, but the breaks in half. The barrel comes off, so you can transport it easier, I guess. I didn't want to spring for the extra money for that, but his had fiber optic sights on it as well. And shooting that thing is the closest I've come personally to a sort of true Call of Duty shooting experience, because the auditory and visual experience of shooting this gun with these sights is very similar to shooting in Call of Duty or in Rainbow Six or Counter-Strike or whatever. Just the tiny amount of recoil, the way the sights glow when they're in direct sunlight is a lot like a video game. It's pretty impressive, really. It's a lot of fun. The only other time that I have experienced anything quite like that in shooting was at Big Sandy Machine Gun Shoot out in Arizona, which you can read about on the Free Beacon if you're so inclined, and I hope that you are. But there was a suppressor demonstration, and I was able to fire a fully automatic M4 that was integrally suppressed. So the suppressor was built right into the barrel, so that it was integrated right into the barrel. And that shooting experience, shooting that thing full auto, that was a lot like Call of Duty shooting. Because shooting those guns in real life, like a regular AR or any rifle or handgun really, is nothing like shooting them in the video game, of course. Except for those two guns. I don't know, I guess it's just the way that the sights light up, the way the recoil is, the sound mirrors pretty closely the video game. Whereas shooting an AR or an AK or whatever else, full auto or semi-auto, it's nothing like video game shooting. So it's kind of fun to have that type of experience. And with this gun, you can do it for about $230, plus the cost of ammo, which is next to nothing. Whereas with the integrally suppressed M4 fully automatic, that's probably $30,000, $40,000, maybe $50,000 gun. So, this is a little cheaper to experience the same sort of fun. But great gun, great for plinking, great for target shooting, great for taking out to the backyard and just, shooting some bottles or whatever. A lot of fun. This one comes with the ubiquitous Ruger 10-round box magazine. I was at the World Shooting Championship just recently, and they actually used these magazines in a Magnum Research high-end 22 rifle for some of the competitions that were there. So it's pretty widely available and widely used. It's kind of like PMags or like AR mags, and you can use those in a lot of other rifles as well, just because of how ubiquitous they are. But you'll be able to read about that trip and how well I did or didn't do soon on the Free Beacon. I'm just waiting for some video to come in, some sort of a GoPro style video of me running through one of the courses. So that'll be pretty cool. But that should come in soon, and you should be able to read about my time at the World Shooting Championships soon as well. I actually did upgrade my magazine here to a 25-round magazine from Butler Creek. It's got nice steel feed lips, which is good, and turns this little 22 rifle into a scary assault weapon that no reasonable person should ever own, of course. Now that I've put a 25-round magazine on this 22 rifle, it is a horrible killing machine. But yeah, anyway, so that'll be nice. That'll be fun to use at the range. The other thing that I got at the World Shooting Championship, besides a bruised ego, was this nice little trigger, little drop-in trigger for, it's called a BX trigger. It's for 1022, and it's supposed to be quite a bit nicer. The break is a bit shorter, and it's supposed to be a bit of a crisper, lighter trigger, really, than the stock model. So I'm going to drop that thing in. I'll show you guys what that's like afterwards. Again, it's clear. I'll show you what the stock trigger feels like. Of course, I'll have to take the safety off to do that. I was going to say, that's a really, really heavy trigger. Okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of play. It's not too bad, honestly, for a $200 gun. But let me see if I can show you the play that's in here a little bit. Sometimes it's a little hard to see, but it's not that bad of a trigger. But there you go. You can see it. You can see it there. There's a little bit of play. Anyway, we'll see how the new trigger does once I put that in. Shouldn't be too hard. There's a couple screws on here. There's a takedown screw here, and then the barrel band comes apart. Then the whole action drops out. I think there's 2 pins that hold the trigger system in place. So you take those out. You put this one in and reassemble. Shouldn't be too hard for me. I've built a couple ARs now, so this should be pretty simple little job. Hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, just want to give you guys a little update. I'll show you what the new trigger is like. I'll be right back. Okay, and we have the new trigger in there. Wasn't hard at all. Just a couple screws and 2 pins. Like I said, very simple. Anyone could do this, honestly. It comes with a little instruction sheet. As long as you follow that, I can't possibly see how you'd screw this up. Anyway, as you can see, it's still clear. I notice a pretty big difference, honestly. I think this trigger is way better than the other one. There's none of that give before the actual break in the trigger. Let's see if you can see it on camera. Yeah, it's just like instantaneous. Just nice, smooth, crisp, light trigger pull. It's very nice. Boom. It's just a tiny bit of travel. Very smooth until you get to the actual break. It's very nice. I like it a lot. Anyway, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a lot of fun to play with. But yeah, so that's my new 1022. Hopefully, in the near future, you'll be seeing more videos like this. Probably not exactly like this. I'm not quite rich enough to unbox a new gun every week, but I wish. But there should be more interviews. I'm hoping to do a new show called just Conversations, which is just a straight up interview. Because I found that a lot of times one of the biggest impediments to getting people on the show was the video game aspect. 'Cause a lot of political people don't necessarily game very often, oddly enough. But I think right now the hope is to do a full Games and Guns episode where we play a game and talk politics and news once a month, and then do conversations to supplement the channel every week. And then do some fun things like shooting and whatnot, whenever I can. So stick around if you're into that. Subscribe, like this video if you liked it. Dislike it, I guess, if you're a terrible person with no sense of taste or class or whatever. And share it, and I'll be back.